Hey everybody, welcome back to Kat's Kitchen. So today we are making a little pumpkin treat for the season. So I didn't actually film the entire video, which is unfortunate, but I have an idea that I'll be probably making some other pumpkin videos that I can show you guys from start to finish. But I was in the midst of this and I was working and everything, and then I'm like, you know what, this recipe looks too good, I gotta share it with you guys. So I will be sure to leave the recipes down below for the crust and the pumpkin pie filling. It's gonna be a cream cheese pumpkin pie. So something a little different, and I had cream cheese in the refrigerator already, so I'm like, oh, let's give this a try for once. So I've already roasted my pumpkin. I had a small pumpkin, probably with 2 cups worth of pumpkin, puree in it. Once, you roast it. So basically what you do is you cut it in half, you put it the cut side down onto a baking sheet, and I roasted it at 350 for about 50 minutes. It was a smaller pumpkin, so it didn't need the full hour. And I took it out, I let it cool. Then what you can do is you can scrape it out and take your stick mix or put it into a food processor or a blender. Mix it up real nice to get it nice and smooth, and then it's that nice pretty like puree. And then from there, I then mixed up, and I will show you what my mix looks like. I mixed up cream cheese, brown sugar, vanilla, pumpkin pie spice, extra cinnamon. Trying to move away from my dishwasher because it's running right now. I apologize about that. So vanilla, extra cinnamon, and then we did 1 egg, a little bit of salt, and just mixed all that up. And then, like I said, I'll leave the recipe so you can get the details, but it was so good. Before I added in the egg, I just made sure that it tastes good, and it tastes, to your spicing liking. So some people may not want as much cinnamon or whatnot. You can at least, flex that a little bit for what you want. Okay, and then I put the egg in, and then I mixed it all up, and now it is ready to go. I have already pre-made my pie crust about an hour ago. It's been chilling in my refrigerator now for an hour. It's gonna give me, it's a recipe for a top and a bottom. So you can put a top on this if you like. However, that's totally up to you. So next we're going to roll out our pie crust, add in the filling, and then we're gonna see how wonderful this thing is. It really looks good and it tastes yummy so far, so I'm excited to show it to you. Here is our pumpkin puree magic right here. It smells so good. Now it has the egg in it now, so I can't taste it, but like I said, I did taste for flavoring before I added in the egg. I did use beaters for this, and it just smells heavenly. It's wonderful. So now we're gonna roll out our pie crust and get this thing put together. I have our oven heating up to 350 right now, so we're gonna bake the bottom of our crust first, and then we'll add in the filling and go from there. Okay, so as you can see, I have our pie dough here. I wrapped it up in our tin foil, and just to kind of shape it, so because you don't want to touch it very much, because the more you touch it, the more you're going to melt the butter. Okay, so next, that was our oven just preheated. So what we're gonna do, just grab a little bit of flour on our hands and on our rolling pin. Alrighty guys, so we have our pie crust in our pie dish, and I built up the sides a little bit to make it more of like a deep dish. I learned that from Becky over at Acre Homestead. Go check her out, she's awesome. I just got a fork here. I'm gonna do the bottom and the sides so that we don't get any bubbles when we're pre-baking this. You can also buy, it's like baking blind, I think that's what they call it, those little rocks or stones or beans. You can do dried beans in here or dried rice and like a little, you know, resealable, I'm not sure actually what they use at this moment, but they put them in here to keep the crust down from bubbling up. But I've always done this. And so now I'm gonna bake this off now for about 10 to 15 minutes, probably 15 minutes because it's a little thicker up here. And then we're gonna put in our pumpkin. Okay, do you guys ever know what to do with your leftover pie crust? Please leave in the comments down below maybe some options for me next time. But I've always known to make like a little cinnamon roll. Now we may only get maybe 1 or 2 out of this, but it's still better than wasting it. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I rolled out the rest of our pie crust in like, almost like a log formation. I'm gonna grab some butter and I'm just gonna spread some butter around on it. I'm just using the back of a fork. This is room temperature butter. And then over here to my right, I have a little bit of salt, brown sugar, and our cinnamon. You can use white sugar if you'd like to. All right, so you can see me just giving this a nice little coating of butter. All right, perfect, looking good. Next, I'm gonna dust it with some cinnamon. And I'm gonna give it a healthy dose here, healthy coating, because we really like cinnamon. And obviously it is a cinnamon roll, right? So I'm just gonna cover the surface. Putting that butter down first helps it stick. I'm gonna take a pinch of salt and I'm gonna distribute this over the entire roll just to counteract, balance out the sugar flavors that we're gonna add in next with our brown sugar. And here goes the brown sugar, or you'd be doing white sugar, whichever you prefer. I'm not really gonna load this up. Like I said, it's really only fit for maybe, once we roll it up, we're probably only gonna get maybe 2 servings out of this. But like I said, it's nice to have a little treat out of something that most people just kind of throw away. All right, so that is good to go. Next, I'm gonna start at our small end. Hopefully this will come off the plastic wrap nicely for me, but I can take my time. I just have to gingerly roll it up here, roll it onto itself. And see, I can hold down on that film while I roll this. That'll help it out. And I'm getting close to where I need a little touch of flour because it is sticky on the outside. Okay, I'm just gonna go over that a little bit. And then we're gonna take this off. And then I'm just gonna flour this the rest of the way. Look how cute this is. But this is gonna be so nice. Okay. And then if you want to, you can kind of squeeze it out and make it a little bit longer. You can pinch the ends if you'd like, or you can leave them open like that. Hey, it's not the most perfect cinnamon roll, but like I said, in a pinch, when you're trying to use up what you have, not bad. Not a bad, nice little treat from a byproduct. So we're gonna bake this along with our pie, and I'll show you what that looks like when we're done too. All right, everybody, our pumpkin pie is out of the oven. It ended up taking roughly about an hour and 5 minutes. I had to keep checking on it. Now, whenever it's been sitting here cooling for a little bit, the very center was still, there was still a slight bit of jiggle to it. There's a little bit of give here, but normally on a normal pumpkin pie, you'll have that. And then once it sets up in the fridge, it'll stiffen up the rest of the way. But Mark and I are gonna have this a little warm tonight since it's fresh. And yeah, it's looking delicious. I know the batter tasted great. Hopefully my lopsided crust held up. We're gonna hope for that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.